Nobody, and I mean nobody, saw this coming. The recent power rankings have just been released by MajorLeagueBaseball.com, and I cannot. Well, I do believe it. I do believe it because these teams have been playing exceptional baseball. But if you were to tell me before the season started that this is where we would be, with these teams leading the pack, I would have said you're crazy. And I would have said, oh yeah, are you so confident? Why don't you put $100 on them to win the World Series? I still don't think people are at that point yet in terms of confidence when it comes to these teams, but they've definitely sent some shockwaves around Major League Baseball, so we'll break that down and much more coming up on this episode of 3 Up, 3 Down. Welcome in, everybody, to 3 Up, 3 Down. I'm your host, Peter Vryonis, and just an unbelievable turn of events that have been going on thus far in the Major League Baseball season. Before we get into the video and the recent power rankings that I came across from MLB.com, make sure to hit that subscribe button because a large percentage of you who are watching these videos aren't subbed to the channel, so it'd mean the world to me if you could help get me to that 3,000 mark, which we're not too far away from. But shout out to you guys. And yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it right now. Let's not waste any more time. So the top three teams that we are going to be addressing are the 40 win teams thus far in Major League Baseball. So there are three teams with 40 wins. Let's get into it right now. Number one in the power rankings, Detroit Tigers. 43 and 24 record. There's 7 games ahead of the Minnesota Twins for first place in the AL Central. They have been having an unbelievable season. And Tarek Skubal, let's get this out of the way right now. Him and Paul Skeens are the two best pitchers in the game today. Now, they were both the early favorites for the Cy Young. They're now massive favorites to win the awards, respectively, in their own leagues. So there's not much more money to be made there when it comes to sharp money or anything like that. But at the beginning of the year, Tarek Skubal was, I believe, 4.5 to 1 or 5 to 1 odds to win the Cy Young. And Paul Skeens was just a shade under 3.5 to win the award. So for a season-long bet, that is it's a lot of risk for not as big of a payout, right? So I guess I could see why people were hesitant to maybe want to put some action on that. But at the end of the day, those two guys are the best pitchers in baseball, and respectively, they're the best pitcher in their league. So it's kind of a no-brainer now that you think about it, but not much more value. You either got it at the beginning of the season or you don't have it anymore. But yeah, this isn't a Paul Skeens video. This is really highlighting the excellence of the Detroit Tigers, specifically Tarek Skubal, who has a whip of .82, which is unbelievable. You don't even see relievers with those kinds of numbers. He's got 105 strikeouts on the season. He's an absolute horse. I really hope that he can get extended in Detroit because he's so electric. Throws around 100 miles an hour. Disgusting secondary stuff. He's the real deal. And the Tigers have waited a very long time to turn their fortune around, and Tarek Skubal has been the one leading the charge for them. So I really hope that they could extend him. Another thing of note there is you have Spencer Torkelson, who was sent down last year, who struggled at times. He's up to 15 home runs on the season. You have two other players with 13 home runs, Riley Green, Kerry Carpenter as well. So you're getting some power production from a team that really struggled to hit the ball out of the ballpark last year. That hasn't been a problem for them this season, and it's been fun to watch. Javi Baez, the resurgence that he has had as well, that's been nice to see. Definitely has tailed off recently, as opposed to what we were seeing earlier in the year from him. But the Tigers have been fun to watch. Good bullpen, very good starting rotation, headlined by Tarek Skubal. You got Jack Flaherty as well, and Casey Mize, the former first overall pick, has looked really good this year. He has dealt with some injuries, but for the most part, looked really good. The second team I want to get into are the Chicago Cubs. Now, let's get this out of the way. Hand up. I did not see Pete Crow Armstrong playing like an MVP candidate this season. I thought he would be better than he was in his rookie year, getting his feet wet, all that. I thought there was more power for him to tap into as well. But if you were expecting Pete Crow Armstrong to be this good, then hats off to you, because I definitely wasn't. And he has looked unbelievable. 17 home runs on the season, got a 142 WRC plus. He is playing like an MVP with Kyle Tucker alongside him playing right field. I mean, that's one of the best 1-2 punches in the outfield in the game of baseball. Trent Grisham, Aaron Judge got to be up there as well for the way that they've been playing. But the Chicago Cubs, they have one of the best offenses in baseball, if not the best offense in baseball. And we take a look, they've scored 363 runs, which is on par with the Dodgers. It's, you know, on par with the New York Yankees. The Cubs are second in runs in the game of baseball. The Yankees are third, and the Dodgers are slightly ahead of them with four more runs. So the Cubs and the Dodgers, they've been both pretty impressive. Ultimately, I still believe that this is the Dodgers' title to defend, and it's up to them to lose it. I don't know if there's a team that can compete with the Dodgers when both squads are fully healthy, or all the squads are fully healthy. But health is a big part of the game, and they haven't had Blake Snell for a while now. Shohei Ohtani's still yet to make his debut on the mound. Clayton Kershaw is back, but he's not the same pitcher. Roki Sasaki has been out for a while now, so they have struggled with some injuries in that rotation. Tyler Glass now too. They have one of the best rotations when healthy, but there's a lot of guys in there with some injury question marks. And quickly, before we wrap up here, got to touch on the New York Mets, who are third in these power rankings that I was talking about with a 42-24 record. They've won three in a row. They are 4.5 games up of the Philadelphia Phillies for first place in the NL East. Juan Soto starting to turn it around here. Their pitching rotation been solid all year long. Clay Holmes, shout out to him, been a massive, massive addition for them. But yeah, Juan Soto up to 11 home runs on the season now, 244 batting average. Still, you'd like to see more. You would like to see more from the $800 million man, but I really believe that he's going to get there. The OPS up over 800 now, 820. So getting there, creeping up the slugging percentage, the on base. He still leads the National League in walks. That's what this guy's going to do for you. He just finds a way to get on base, and the batting average might not be there. Yankee fans, or Met fans, sorry, might be a little bit upset with the production that they're getting, but take a breath. You're 42-26. You're the best team in the National League, or one of the best teams in the National League, record-wise. Relax. Take it easy. Take a breath. Juan Soto is going to figure it out. He's a beast in the playoffs. You're going to make the playoffs again. And you made the NLCS without him last year and went toe-to-toe with the Dodgers. Take it easy. Let's take a chill pill. The Mets are going to be fine. Juan Soto is going to be fine. That'll wrap it up for this episode of 3 Up, 3 Down. I'll see you all tomorrow. But let me know in the comment section down below, what are your power rankings about 65-ish games into the season? See you tomorrow.